So I've got with me here the AI Paper Mini, and this is my first proper foray, should we say, into e-ink devices. This one is, it's absolutely brilliant. What more can I say about it without sounding biased straight off the bat? Essentially, it allows you to use it as a personal digital notebook. You can draw in it, you can write. The writing feel is superb. Included in the package, you get the device itself, as well as a Viwoods branded case as well. This is a magnetic case. It connects via, well, magnets, but it's got a little support in there as well, which helps you align it correctly. And also contained within the case, you have an additional 2 pen nibs for the said stylus that comes with it. The stylus is okay. It's not the best. It does the job. It does feel a little bit rattly. That is primarily due to the tips, the removable tips on the end. It's got a button on it as well, which sadly can't be customized. That acts as an eraser. It works very well though. Just to give you an example, let me just pop this back in. So let me show you. So if we go into sketching, there's a sketch here that I prepared earlier. Excuse my rubbish drawing. It's certainly not my forte. Essentially, once you open a new note, you've got the option of customizing everything. So let me just pop this back in properly. So here we have a number of different options. You've got an option of your pen choice. In this case, because I'm in a sketching based note, I've got it set to pencil, but the options you have are calligraphy pen. You can obviously change the sizes or the width of the ink stroke as well, which is quite nice. This is a black and white device. I believe this is a Carter 1100 screen, so it's not the newest technology. I know the full-size version of this does have a Carter 1300 screen, but the benefit of the smaller one is it does have this backlight, so you can alter the brightness, and it works well as an e-reader as well. The full-size version doesn't contain any backlight, unfortunately, but the benefit of the full-size version is that the distance between the glass and the actual Carter screen itself, or the Carter film, should I say, is reduced. So the distance between the pen and the actual input on the screen is a lot less on the full-size version. On this version, as you write, there is a very, very slight noticeable increase in depth between where you put the pen and where the mark appears on the paper. But going back to the pen style, sorry, I digressed there a little bit. So we go through the pens that we've got here. We've got a calligraphy pen, which does work beautifully, as you can see. The benefit of this is it has a tendency of even making the worst writing, the worst handwriting, look that much better, although I may well be the exception to this. So there's your calligraphy pen. You've got a fountain pen, which is a standard fountain pen. Oops. Sorry for my angled writing. I just want to ensure that obviously you get the best view of the device as I'm playing around with it. So that's the fountain pen. We've got, oops, the ballpoint pen, which is your standard kind of pen. There's not a great deal of difference between the fountain pen and the ballpoint pen. And then you've got a fine liner, which is the best way I can describe it is kind of like a rollerball, really. As you can see, slightly thicker, darker line. It feels almost more inky, for want of a better word, really. And obviously this one at the bottom, as I said, that's the calligraphy pen. And then last but not least, we've got the pencil. Again, with the pencil, you can change the depth of the ink stroke. It also has the ability to basically mimic different types of pencils, like an HB, a 2B, etc. And the good thing about this device is it does have tilt. So if you're a sketcher, then pen tilt does work very well on it. And as you can see, it gives an almost like a charcoal effect there from the pen tilt, which is quite nice. So they're your main kind of writing instruments, and then in addition to that, you've got a highlighter, which, as you can see, works quite well. And again, you can adjust the colour of that, or the darkness of that, should I say. Bearing in mind this is a black and white e-ink device. So that's that. And then down at the bottom here, if I can get onto it, you've got thinkers. Now in the UK we wouldn't really use that term, but this essentially is just another type of highlighter style device for underlining. Again, it's not something that we would tend to use in the UK, but it's there if you want it, so that's quite nice. Now from the outset, the toolbar down the left, it gives you the option of preloading 2 writing instruments. So as you can see there, I'll change this back. I had pencil, and then as my secondary device there, I believe it was fountain pen, which is quite nice. Now underneath that, you've got the eraser, which again you can change the style. So at the moment I'm on ultra fine, particularly for drawing. Ultra fine is recommendable because you can get a real amount of accuracy on what you delete or what you erase, which is nice. Let me just demonstrate that for you. So as we go over, you can see it's very, very fine in its erasing ability there. Now going back to this button on the side, if we hold that down, you can see just how that works and how, okay, so that's with the button down, and then I'll release the button and we'll go to normal eraser. So the button based eraser on the stylus works as almost like a block eraser. So it can take vast amounts of text or erase vast amounts of text at the same time, which is quite nice. And then again, the other option here is a circle eraser, and that one really speaks for itself. So we can just circle what we want rid of, and then it goes. Another addition with the AI Paper Mini is the ability to insert text boxes, which is quite nice. And as you can see, you've got an on-screen keyboard. Bearing in mind this is an e-ink device, and by nature e-ink devices tend to have slower refresh rates. So the keyboard on this isn't as responsive as you would find on an iPad, for example, or an Android tablet. However, that's not the purpose of this device. This is a device designed for those who want a kind of hybrid between analog, paper, but being able to get that feel on a digital device. And that's something that an iPad just can't do, or any other type of tablet that doesn't involve e-ink. The benefit of e-ink is it does have that lovely traditional analog feel about it as you write your text or your notes, or as I say, as you draw as well. So the text box functionality is there if you want it, and one of the other benefits of this device, as the name would suggest, is it's got integrated AI, and one of the abilities that entails is being able to write something down, get it translated into text, and then have ChatGPT look at that. So I'll give you an example. What should we do? So we'll just write something down here. And then we'll go to analyze content, and this will in fact just analyze the entire page, and then it will give you a detailed description of what it is. And as you can see, it's just gives an objective view of what's there. It doesn't go into too much detail, but it says the image contains various handwritten samples using different types of writing instruments and some shading. And that's pretty clever, really. It's recognised that I've used different writing instruments. It's picked up on the fact that this is like an example page. So it's looked at this and thought, well, there's nothing too interesting here. This is obviously just someone trying different features out, and it's picked up on that. And as you can see, the AI integration is quite clever. And this is just a minor example. If you've got a ton of handwritten notes that you want analysed, it can summarise them. It's great for meetings. It's great for if you have, for example, some PDF documents on here that you want looked into in more detail and that you want analysed, it's able to do that. Speaking of which, if we close this down, and what should we do? We'll go back. As you can see here, we do have a back button. You've got a home button and an AI button. Now the AI button just is a quick way of bringing up ChatGPT, or I believe they've updated the device or the software now, and you can use other devices if you so wish, which is quite useful. Or should I say other AI languages? I beg your pardon. So that's one example. Now let's just go back into my files, and we'll go to documents. Oops. We'll go back again, and actually let's go here. Now these icons down the side, so we've got obviously the home icon, you've got a notes icon, which allows you to do what I've just done, essentially sketch or make copious notes about whatever you may need to. You've got the daily, which essentially brings up, or you can sync it with various calendars. I've got this synced with Outlook, and it will allow you to handwrite any notes within your diary. To my knowledge, the handwritten notes do not sync back with Outlook. However, any typed notes for the main body, they do sync. So that's worth bearing in mind. And it's quite nice. You can write wherever you want on this. You can completely customize it, which is good. In addition to that, so we've got notes, daily, and then there's a meeting option there as well, and that's quite nice. Let's just show you. So with this meeting option, what you can now do, this is a new feature that's been brought in, and you can essentially go to AI, and once you've written down what you want to, you can use the AI language, large language model, should I say, in this case it's ChatGPT. You can get it to convert the meeting into minutes. So essentially a summary, a breakdown of what has been discussed in the meeting in terms of what you've written down, which is good. Another new feature that is very, very good and very useful is the ability for the device to transcribe within a meeting. So you'd open up a new meeting note, you push the record button here, and it will record the meeting. Essentially it works like Otter, if you're familiar with that software. So it will listen to the meeting, it will then use its AI abilities, or language model should I say, to summarise the meeting, come up with any suggestions, points moving forward. I'll see if I can give you an example based on my jabbering. Let's see if we can do that for you. Okay. Audio recordings, so that's our actual recording. And we push that. And as you can see, it's converted my jabbering into text, and the transcribe is very, very good, I have to say. It is good. And then from that, you can polish the content. And then it's gone through, it's corrected any kind of errors, any stumbling in my descriptions, and it just makes it a lot nicer. And then we can replace, and then from there we can extract a summary. And as you can see, it's got rid of all my jabber and it's just summarised it to a very simplistic form, which again is quite good. And then once more we can replace that, and as you see we have a brief outline there, which is very nice. So that's just one example of how the meeting feature works on this device. And I've got to say, it is nice that they've separated meetings from general notes, because the tools they've included in this particular application, the meetings application, are extremely relevant to the kind of things that you might need to be able to perform within a meeting, or following a meeting, should I say. So it is good, it's very good. I'm very impressed with that. And again, this new transcribe feature that I've just demonstrated, this is new within the latest version of the software, which again, I've got to say they're very good for updating the device. I've had this now for about a month, and since then 2 updates have already come through to my device, which is good. And they've been useful updates as well. I haven't had any kind of bugs as a result of those updates. So the team at Viwoods are obviously working hard to ensure that their quality control is on point, and I'm very impressed with that, considering they are such a young company as well. Okay, so that was our meeting application, so we'll go back from there. It gives you the option as well of naming the meeting or handwriting in there, and the AI software will actually, as soon as you put a handwritten name for that meeting, it will digitally name that file for you as that meeting name, which is useful. So we go back again, and as you can see, we've just got meeting 3 there. Back onto our drop-down menu, and we have the learning option now. Now, in learning, essentially it allows you to place any PDFs in there, ebooks as well. Now, I was able to, in this latest update, I was able to create a folder within the learning section specifically for my ebooks, which was quite nice. Before that, they were pretty much just all within the library. So it's very good. It's very good. I'm very impressed with it. And again, it allows you to mark up, as I was mentioning earlier. Let me just get one open for you. Okay, so we've got a book open, and within this, again, this is where the AI comes into its own. If you're on a particularly difficult read and you want it summarised, let's get to the okay. So here we go. Front page introduction. So we'll go to AI Assistant. Send to AI, and then again it will summarise that page for you. Now, if you've got a PDF document, a report, if you're involved in, for example, I don't know, science, and you've got a really large report that you need to analyse, this kind of feature can come into its own. It can analyse the document, can summarise it for you, and it will also give you the ability to annotate it, which is again very useful. So if we go into, where are we? Go into that, got our fountain pen there. Useful, and then we can write, we can highlight as well, which is good. You'll notice the refreshes there of the screen. Again, this is a feature of e-ink. You will notice some ghosting. This is just the nature of this type of technology. So the text is extremely clear, and it is, as the name suggests, it's like reading ink on a page. However, one of the kind of trade-offs with having such clear text and the technology involved in this is that refreshes are required. After a while, particularly in sketching, you'll notice lots of ghosting. There's an easy way around that though. You can arrange for it to auto refresh. You can see that's an option there. If you want to manually refresh, pull down from the top and it will get rid of any ghosting in the background. So I'm just going to undo this because I don't need any additional notes. And then we'll go back and you'll see reading notes here. Now, these are documents that I've worked on in the past, that I've annotated, and it's just an easy way of seeing any annotations in documents that you've made. So essentially these documents have all been annotated on. So yeah, it's great, and as an e-reader as well, it works excellent. So as you can see, text is very clear. You can adjust the lighting, as I said, from scrolling down from the top. And then the brightness goes all the way up to 18. No, sorry, is it 20 now, I think. My only criticism of the brightness is it is a very cold light. It's very blue. I would have liked to have seen a warmer light, particularly for nighttime reading. We all know what blue light is like and how it apparently can interfere with our sleep. So it would have been nice to have some kind of night mode on there. Again, scrolling through, it's very nice. It's essentially like a Kindle or Kobo. So the reading app, the learning app is essentially the e-reader as well. So let's just go back. There we go. And we also have a section on here called Pickings, and this allows you to pick up various aspects from a document, a web page, or a book, and it allows you to have it almost like a scrapbook cutting. That's the best way I can describe it. And it will go into here. We've also got a screenshots folder as well, which will appear in this section here, which is good. In addition to our main apps there, we then have our kind of setting style apps, if you like. So you've got or utility apps, should I say. So you've got your folders section, so you can go through the device, organise your files, look at some of the software files that have been installed. You've got language options. Beg your pardon, no, that's the Viwoods forum. Takes you straight to the Viwoods forum, that one. So, no, I don't want that. And as you can see, it's outlining the latest system updates, troubleshooting, and you can engage with the Viwoods community. It's a very vibrant community as well, I have to say. They've got a great Reddit page, and the moderators, or should I say the Viwoods employees, are quite vocal, and they're very good at replying on Reddit. So kudos to them. Back to that. So we were there, and then another great feature is the ability to email. You can email directly from the device, and you can receive emails as well, which is good. And then we've got our software, or should I say our apps page here. Now this essentially is based on a cut down version of Android. So if you so wish, you can download the Google Play Store. I mean, personally for me, I wanted a distraction-free device, so I'm quite content to stick with the apps that Viwoods has provided. You will notice though that there are some very useful apps pre-installed should you need access to other things. So OneNote particularly as useful if that's been your primary note taker software in the past. We've got Viwoods Transfer, which allows you to transfer between your device, your Viwoods device, and the PC or phone. The Viwoods Transfer is more of a web-based system rather than an actual application. So some people have criticised that. I mean, for me, it works absolutely fine, and I tend to email files anyway. We've got useful or apps that they feel could be useful for us. Obviously, Google Chrome there, and that seems to work very well on the device, surprisingly. You've got the New York Times, and you've got a few additional reading apps as well, like Kobo Store. You've got Marvel Unlimited if you've got a subscription to that. Obviously, you can look at your comics and things on there. You've got Libby, which allows access to library ebooks if you've got a library card. And then you've got Bookshelf, Wattpad, Kindle. They are all obviously e-reader apps. And then I downloaded Otter as well for meetings, which is quite useful. However, now that Viwoods have actually provided an audio transcription service within their meeting apps, I'm finding myself not needing that application. So if you have an Otter subscription, then obviously it's going to be quite useful. However, it's not something that I'm really going to need to use that much now, which is good. And then right at the bottom here, we've got our settings page, which again, as you might expect, allows access to your all your settings, your wireless settings, Bluetooth. You can use this device with Bluetooth headphones, which is obviously going to be quite a benefit. Again, access, or should I say, advice on how to access the Play Store. This is not something that I'm going to be doing personally, but those of you that are wanting to use apps that are not already on the device, you've got the option there to do that. Now, Viwoods have actually placed the user manual within the settings now, which is useful. Before, that was within the Learning app. So during the latest update, they've actually placed a user manual now within the settings option, and then obviously we've got the update itself. And as you can see, v3.8.5 is our latest version, or the latest version at the moment. So I've got to say, all in all, I'm very impressed with this device. If you're looking for a distraction-free device that's not made by Apple or Google, that has the ability to allow you to read, annotate, take notes, record meetings, this device is absolutely superb. Now, I decided to go for the Mini purely because I'd already got a Supernote Manta, which I'll be doing a review on as well in the near future. So my thinking behind going for the Mini was I was going to use this more as an e-reading device and take some additional notes and also transcribing in meetings. And I've got to say, absolutely superb. It fulfills that purpose brilliantly. So all in all, I'm very impressed with the device, and I'd highly recommend it. So if you are looking for a small portable e-ink device that can fit in with your life without causing too many distractions, then I'd certainly recommend this. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've got more reviews on the way. I'll be doing a similar style review of the Supernote Manta. But in the meantime, take care, and I'll be here to. I'll be glad to hear what you've all got to say about the Viwoods AI Paper Mini.